Hey everyone, welcome back to another edition of the Seercast. This is episode number 65, and it will be mostly about Invention, with a little bit talking about the upcoming month of February in RuneScape. I am ePiKnight, and with me today is Kitten.
Who needs drugs when you have Invention?
Lime.
I am become Death, the destroyer of chairs.
Fang.
I have a pet salamander named Jim, and he has psoriasis.
Oh jeez. Thorlah.
You know, I always did want Sliske as a constant companion. I don't know about the giant mole on his back, though.
Jeez. We have Walter in chat, and Geena may make an appearance later on when we're talking about said BTS. So, as I'm sure everyone is aware of, Invention has been recently released.
I'm pretty sure that if you haven't heard about Invention, then you don't play this game or any MMO, because this has been everywhere.
Wait, what's
any
Invention?
MMO?
I thought this was about the February BTS guys.
What's
going
that?
on here? Bait and
but
switch.
like...
Wait, I thought this was April Fool's Day.
Oh, jeez. We're not talking about Doordeg again. God damn it.
Or the
Anyways, but yeah,
Where's
so
the door
Invention
coming soon?
Invention was released this last Monday, and it has
And the game exploded.
it has been a roller coaster week, to say the least.
Hit us like a bus.
much stress has been had.
It hit me like a bus that hit another bus that then hit me.
And
Yeah.
So it didn't have very much momentum by the time it finally got to you.
Yeah, but man, that was a lot of bus.
But yeah, so as a brief history of the week, in case you're not aware of how this week has gone,
Because
Invention-
we don't want to go through it again.
we don't.
Please don't do this to me. You gotta jag out.
Invention began as basically a gizmo building skill. So you build gizmos, you get XP, and I guess you disassemble them, and then you just kind
Yep.
of keep going. And
This was basically the method. Get a bunch of adamant hatchets, break them down,
That was day
make a
two,
gizmo
yeah.
thing, spam whatever ingredient you have the most of, and then press recreate really, really fast until you ran out of stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, it was like day one, it was all about those maple, or no, not maple, magic stalks and magic shield bows and stuff.
Magic stocks,
Day
magic
two-
shield bows, adamant hatchets, and
Yeah.
rings of slaying.
And
Yeah,
then
day two, people were like, guys, hatchets and rings of Slayer, guys, and then make gizmos, like to a point where someone changed their name to Gizmoscape. I'm not kidding. I should have gotten a screenshot of this guy, but
Not
he was
surprised.
so funny.
Don't forget hand cannons.
And then,
I would
and
have
then-
gone with, I would have just gone with Gizmo and then gotten the Tool title.
That's good.
That's good.
But yeah, so it starts out as this gizmo building skill. Basically, you make a whole bunch of gizmos, and then at a certain point, I think the level is level 48, 49, you
Yeah.
get access to you can break down hand cannons, which
Oh, you can always break down hand cannons. You get access to the explosive components, which
sorry.
come from hand cannons, and only come from hand cannons.
which
They give a
for
ton
some
of XP.
reason give
Because you-
16k XP apiece.
Or rather, gave.
They're-
They're considerably
Gave,
less.
sorry.
now.
Gave.
There are other things that could have given the explosive perk. Like
Anything,
chinchompas.
really. Or
But-
like, a tinderbox.
Yeah, it's that.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I guess.
Or like my temper or something.
or like, yeah. But anyways,
Or a lemon.
yes, yes,
Yep,
yes.
Lemons give explosive
Burn your house
components,
down.
confirmed.
With lemons!
Okay. Anyways, but yeah. So the explosive perk basically gave 16k XP. Gave 16k XP
Yeah, no.
apiece.
That is why we don't
Gizmo.
want to repeat.
And
It's completely
it was-
spammable.
Yeah, it was so spammable, and it ended up meaning that the first person hit 99, which is how many mil XP in this skill? It's like 35?
38 million, almost exactly.
38
Yeah, it's
mil.
38.
So
It's like
people
38,096,000 or something.
People
It's
got
not
to
38 million. It's 36 million.
Sorry,
Is
what?
it? I thought
Close
it was
enough.
38.
Well, whatever it
Close
is.
Because
enough.
It's somewhere between 35 and 40 mil. They hit that within, what was it, 18 hours?
and a half hours, I think it was.
Yeah.
And then they hit 120 after 36. It was unbelievable, and Jagex was like, holy crap, this isn't supposed to be happening.
In fact, somebody hit 200 million today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're 6 days later. I mean,
I've been sitting here like in a little bit of pain watching all the at least level 99 in all skills go by constantly on the news.
yeah, I know, right?
But then
From
again,
all the old spammers.
those guys, they
Mhm.
all burn through like 20 mil, 10
Oh,
mil.
Yeah, the
30,
guy that
30
got
mil.
99 first spent 15 billion.
Billion.
Oh yeah,
just to get it.
billion.
Yeah.
I
There were
was saying
people that were
million.
like, there were people hoarding like malevolent energy and stuff. I'm like, oh.
Some dude 4 days before Invention posted a picture on Reddit of his hoard. He had 81,000 hand cannons in his bank. That dude made bank.
And screenshots like that are why there's all sorts of speculation on the first couple days of this skill. But yeah,
Yeah, like the
Mhm.
GE is the GE. Can you buy things?
yeah. I
See,
was
a lot
having
of the
issues.
speculation was their information.
Yeah, that was
because-
the real speculation. Was there
Yeah.
somebody that leaked the fact that hand cannons and only hand cannons were this ridiculous font of XP that was to the point where people were spending billions upon billions to level the skill in the early days. I mean,
I personally wasn't super suspicious of this guy because he also had 128,000 staffs of light. So
yeah.
if I knew hand cannons were going to be valuable, I'd have swapped those two numbers.
Yeah, I know, right? Or you just wouldn't have the staves of light.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would've
hand
just
cannons-
You just have more
my
hand
bank
cannons.
literally just would have been 10 million hand cannons.
Like you could sell them for 50 times their going price.
Yeah. Somebody
Yeah, it's
had
crazy.
like a few thousand of them and sold them for a max cash stack. It was
Yep.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, they were going for
500K,
well over a
100K.
mil at
Mhm.
one point.
Yeah. I mean, they spiked, obviously.
We had a big market meltdown.
And then Mod Moltaire took to Twitter basically going, "What the fuck just happened? This is not my design."
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. It
And
was
all I could think was Will Graham from Hannibal going, "This is my design."
but yeah, Moltaire is basically
got sick.
got on Twitter and said, "This isn't how the skill was supposed to go." And the next day, there was a massive nerf to
1,000-something%
yeah,
chance.
there's a
or
massive
buff.
nerf to gizmos and an 1,800%
1,800
buff
yeah.
to siphoning and
disassembling.
disassembling.
Mhm.
So
Like high-level weapons. So, like dropping a level 10 weapon now is like 250k XP.
yeah, and that was
higher.
already after 25% buff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because at the first day, I think somebody posted on Reddit that what was it? It was somebody disassembled, or no, somebody siphoned a seismic, I think it was, and it was
Yeah.
15k XP, and they're like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think Moltaire saw that and was like, ooh, no, that's not good.
It's
Like
not
there
that
was
bad.
something severely wrong with that.
And that was after it was already buffed.
Yeah.
So then after that, so notice that was 30k or 15k siphon, so it'd mean 30k disassembly, and then times 18 is the 540 that we're at right now. So
The thing that really worried me about just the way that all went down is on Twitter. He was basically like, "I need to find out who changed my design."
yeah,
Yeah.
That's worrisome. That's really worrisome. Like,
Yeah.
he submitted it this way, he balanced it this way, and then QA was like, let's nerf it by 1,825%.
it was either QA or the balance team. It's somewhere in between in that
Somebody,
area.
yeah,
And they got very lost in translation.
One
And
thing
at some
that I've
point,
noticed-
they missed the hand cannon issue. Like,
yeah, there was some disconnect somewhere in Jagex that was. I'm glad that. Well, I'm not glad that it happened here because this is the worst possible place that it could have happened.
yeah, and
But-
it
Yeah.
happened, and there were so many people spending so much money and spending so much time on the skill that they couldn't even roll it back. It was like
Yeah.
people had gotten 30 plus mil XP by the time anybody realized what was going on, and it was
Yeah,
just
and
like,
that's the thing.
and then
Even if
even
there
if
was
they
a
had rolled
rollback,
it back, the market still would have been box.
Yeah, that's the thing, because all the hoarded items, that's exactly it. Like, people would just start, like, dumping it all back on the G, just like, well, can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
Or they'd be
Yeah,
just doing stuff.
You'd have to
I don't
roll it
know.
back by like a month in order
I
to do
don't know
anything,
about
and
that.
you can't do that.
And I would have
You
strangled
cannot
somebody if
do
they did
that.
that.
Yeah, all of my thieving XP would be gonzo.
Mhm.
But
So-
yes,
I was gonna say something, but now I don't remember.
yeah.
Dang
I mean,
it.
there's just a lot
Oh.
of things that happen really early in Invention.
And then let's not forget that a couple days after the economy has already been kicked repeatedly in the ribs, they announced the double XP weekends.
Oh,
Yep.
jeez.
Yeah.
There's not going
Yep.
to be anything left to get at double XP on because everyone's going
Yeah,
to have
really.
broken it for Invention.
It's, yeah.
I mean, I'm not
fishing.
going to see the surface world for a whole weekend.
Fishing.
It's all
Yeah,
about that engineering.
I think
Yeah, I
I'm
think
gonna have
there
to
was-
pull like an entire weekend of I guess I'm not going to use the GE anymore.
I'm going to
Yeah.
pull the whole
Like,
weekend
I mean,
of,
that really was the first couple days of Invention was, well, I guess I'm crafting all this stuff myself.
Yeah, I mean, I had already pretty much decided myself that I was going to do that. I was going to just
Yeah.
dump a giant pile of divination energy on the market, which almost all of it sold.
Yeah.
And then just kind of DIY the rest of Invention, because I never really had the intention of power leveling it. A lot of people need to because of max cape purposes, but as I don't have one, I don't care. So,
Even as an ex wearer, you know, I'm taking this slow, and I don't mind that.
I mean, I need 99 Invention as a point of pride. That is a point of personal pride.
well, yes,
But,
But
It's
I'm
an
gonna
elite
take
skill, and limes must be seen as elite. Yes.
but yeah. So yeah, the first few days of Invention were just absolutely nuts. Between the market exploding and the wild swing from gizmo crafting to enhanced slaying, which it basically turned into. So as is now, the skill is effectively Slayer 2.0, and
Yeah.
it's because of the way it's because there's no skilling options as of yet, and we'll talk
Well, I
about
mean-
that in a bit. But
Yeah.
If I were to give like my own personal idea of what the situation is, it's that Invention was designed to, in part, combat a lot of the problems that RuneScape has been facing in the past few years, like the mass amount of
alkables.
Yeah,
just
it's
alcohols
stuff-
that are everywhere.
Yeah, it's
And-
stuff like Slayer drops being at Alk price forever.
Yeah,
That's-
because
Yeah.
the problem fundamentally comes from Slayer drops because you've got players killing thousands upon thousands of these same mobs,
Mhm.
and those items, they don't go away. Like, you can sell them for alk price, or you can just alk them, but that gold or those items, they're not going anywhere. So Invention, I feel like, was kind of designed in part to combat that.
And that's
then-
why
yeah.
why items like the hand cannon have unique parts to them that they drop, is because they want
Yeah.
to give these items that are basically at alk price a use.
But then again, like, then that would be a good reason why it's, like, paired so closely with Slayer, because it is attacking the problem at the source.
That's
So
why
that,
that
like,
was their first release.
yeah, because, like, Slayer, that's the main issue with why all these items are getting in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, and sort of just I was about to say, like, I'll throw something in the chat. But yeah, sort of the spam now is sort of about Barrow's equipment, because I think those also give unique parts, but it's kind of crazy that like all of the equipment has like risen so far in price.
Everything
I don't
has
know.
skyrocketed.
Yeah, I don't know the specifics of like what people are looking for, because I know there have just been people raging in clan chat saying like, "Oh, I didn't get the part I wanted. I didn't get the armor piece that I wanted, or something." But that's been the latest rage, and it has definitely brought everything up, which
Well,
is
to be
Yeah.
fair, once the initial Invention spam gets done, those prices will drop. The Barrows prices will drop, but it'll still be a very viable money option again.
yeah,
Like
Yeah.
nobody did Barrows. It was just the major bosses. But now, because it's really useful for Invention, not only the armor pieces, like you can take a Barrows set and level the entire thing up and break all of it as a
Well, except for the head.
yeah.
Also, Orange was trying to be cool by pretending he was always here, but he just joined. So say hi.
Hi, Orange.
Oh, wow, Lime. Wow, calling me out.
Correct.
Way to
Thanks.
betray your friend, man.
Sliding into our podcasts.
I'm here for the
Can't just do
podcast,
that,
guys.
man.
Yeah, I'm here.
Anyways, yeah, we're part of the way through Invention at this point.
Okay.
So
With any luck,
but then
though,
there's-
Invention is promising to be something very good for the economy once it all stabilizes.
Absolutely.
And I do like a lot of invention, but I think my favorite part would be the actual invention part, where you're actually customizing the gizmo. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I spend 30 minutes just like trying to figure out a good way, and then forgetting to write it down, and then spending another 30 minutes doing it again.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, there's and I do want to use this as a springboard into talking about the good that is Invention. Like, there's been a lot of people talking about just go on the RuneScape official forums and
Yeah.
you'll see the cesspool that is
The
hate
RuneScape official
spam.
forums.
That is
Or yes, that too. Yeah.
You get
specifically the Invention hate spam of the doomsayers saying this is going to kill the game or whatever.
Yeah.
But there's
oh, God.
there's a lot of positives to Invention, and
And it only has room to improve, really.
Yeah.
It's a really solid base.
It's also got a ton of room. Like, there is a ton of room between levels.
oh yeah, and on the wiki where
Yeah.
the Invention poll is how would you rate the Invention skill from worst to best? It's overwhelmingly the worst skill. But I mean, realistically, it's
I mean, Dungeoneering got that hate too, and so did Divination.
and
Yeah, like
Dungeoneering
oh man.
had the
It's funny. I
same
saw a lot of
issue.
people. I saw a lot of people complaining on like the subreddit talking about how like Divination didn't have any of these problems. Then I pointed out, yeah, but
It did.
It was quite literally
no.
like
Divination didn't because
Divination
Divination didn't touch anything. It
Yeah,
was literally
Divination's
just
a
one training method.
self-contained gathering
Walk
skill.
through this,
Yeah, exactly.
gather it, put it in the ground. You're done. It created
Sure.
like 5 items total. This is
13.
more comparative to summoning,
12.
and if
12
any of you guys are around for summoning,
Yes, I was.
that skill was
Summoning.
a mess.
yeah, like I
Oh,
remember just
that's
with
None
the
of
all
it worked. It was
Yeah, all-
useless.
I
the
mean,
memes with Dungeoneering of like it's a mini game, and now it's like well now people just straight up hate Invention, but I think they just don't like it because it's different. Because we kind of got Dungeoneering, Divination, and now this, and it's all three are like so far from what the original mold of the game was. Of like, here's a gathering skill, here make the thing with this other skill, and then kill the thing with this skill.
Well,
I mean,
Divination. I don't think people didn't hate Divination when it came out. People
They
were
just
annoyed by it being slow, but like
Yeah.
I was perfectly happy spamming it to 99, and I was in the first 1,000 to 99 Divination. So
I really enjoyed it.
yeah,
Divination didn't really make that many changes in the game. Like,
Yeah.
everything
just-
was really self-contained with Divination.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was a very small skill, very low impact, so of course it didn't affect a lot of things.
Yeah.
Hell, there were even bugs with it, and they were fixed within a couple days too.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
The
most,
one tick method where you would just spam a thing over and over
and
to
then
get faster.
then the other one, which was the world hopping for the enriched, where you'd have
Yeah.
you'd have people
Oh.
manipulating the enriched spawns so that you'd have
Yeah.
I
a
remember
chain
that
of them
shit
that
spawn.
you would go hit, and it would destroy entire worlds because these people would keep jumping in, and they would just be total assholes doing.
Yep.
So basically, like Harmonized Rune.
Sort of,
Except
except
worse.
far
Yeah,
far
I
more people,
I
and
remember
Far
Yeah.
more people and far less whiny.
yeah.
I remember that.
I mean,
Um,
but yeah, you'd have people. You just see at right before the enriched spawns, you'd see 120 people log into a particular world because they were just part of these giant FCs, and
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, the issues with summoning, I remember those very briefly, but I remember
Familiars were too short, costs were too high, nothing
they-
was useful.
they were so deep that I still try and avoid summoning whenever I can.
It's funny because summoning is a really good skill now,
Yeah, I
but
love
almost
it.
all the
Yeah.
familiars that we use today were not in batch 1.
Yeah, they
all.
didn't exist.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
but
I-
then
I
again, you
like
say the
something
same
like
thing.
The skill.
The exact same thing can be said about Dungeoneering. Like the batch 1
Yeah.
of Dungeoneering only went up to Abandon 2.
Oh yeah, batch
Yeah.
one of Dungeoneering like was considerably more terrible than what it is now. Because that's the thing. I guess we waited however many years, but now it's actually nice because now everything's optimized and like the task set can give you so much nicer
bonuses.
things.
Yeah.
Or it
Also,
gives you
that
so
was
many
back
nice
with,
things.
That was back with the old combat system too. So
Yeah,
everything
that was
a
when
lot
it was
more
actually
dangerous.
difficult.
Hard.
Remember, like,
Yeah.
like they're actually like we actually had to put teams together in journal hunts of like, okay, we got our hexers, we got our melees, we got this,
Oh,
That
and
was
then,
back
like,
when
don't forget the
keys weren't
tier.
stored on the tool belt. We didn't even have a tool belt, so you had
oh
to
yeah,
make
we didn't
Drop
have
the chisel.
If someone forgot a key, that was terrifying.
Oh yeah,
Remember when there was that like pack of crafting supplies you could buy in the store that you'd always need to pick up at the start?
Yeah.
Yup.
Yeah.
Like everybody would like charge the table, grab a couple high value items,
Sell
sell them,
them.
buy their craft pack.
Yeah, everyone like running back and forth to get runes and stuff, and then run out. Oh my god.
But actually try to have food at the start.
But
instead of
don't
just-
forget, we had a briefing at the beginning of every dungeon, like a pre-dungeon
Oh, yeah.
briefing.
Oh yeah, and there's always the one person that's like, "Do not take X weapon off the table," and someone takes it, like Alex did, and they rage quit.
No,
Blank
that-
has left the party.
that was-
God damn it.
Let's not
That was
forget
me,
my
because it-
personal favorite. The when you'd start the dungeon and everybody would rush the table for food, and then that one dude didn't get any food. You'd walk
That
into the
was-
next room, and it'd
that was
be
me.
the max level merc leader,
And
and then
he's-
that one person
and
would
he
just die
dies.
to it like 4 times.
And then leaves the party.
I remember
Yeah.
when we got like a first, like we had one spawn. That was like the one day that was just like, this is dungeoneering, old dungeoneering. When we had like a base room with one door, and the first door we went through was the old Ramaki room, and we're like, nope,
Nope. Restart.
we all
And then-
rage quit.
Hell, we didn't even used to have the rebuildable portal spot. Not that nobody uses it, but
Mm-hmm.
we didn't used to have that. And then like, I mean, rune crafting used to be good in there. Now you don't need it anymore. We didn't used to have like easy access potions. God, the skill has changed so ridiculously
Yeah.
much.
Oh man, yeah, that's why like, it'll be interesting to see what happens with Invention. Of if it kind of, it'll probably get to that point of like now it's super useful, now it's really fun.
Yeah, I mean, they have
I mean,
said,
it's-
they've stated that they're
it's-
going to be releasing more content for it over the course of the entire year. We have
Yeah.
batch 1.1 and batch 1.2 this month
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
that begins
It's
to
still-
release skilling stuff into the skill.
Yeah,
It's
I'll be
still
honest. I
Forty
really
lime.
useful.
yeah,
Like, it's
I
pretty
would.
useful.
God damn it. Kit,
Sorry,
go.
Damn it, sorry. I'd love to see it put into Dungeoneering. I don't think it would ever really. That's like way in the future, but just on like thinking of Dungeoneering now, it's like I'll probably never get to experience it because I have 200 mil by that point. But it's like I'd love to see augmented stuff in Dungeoneering. That would just be fun.
Yeah.
If they can get it to work with a tool belt and bound items, that'd be really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I
Could
remember
augment
really
weapons.
wanting, like when they first announced Invention and saying, like thoughts for Dungeoneering included like making golems that would do things for you in rooms.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
thought that would be cool. Like you could make a
It'll do
rock
portals
gathering
rooms
golem,
for
have
you.
it walking around behind you, and it would gather all the rocks in the area and drop them back off at base.
that'd be nice. That'd be really
Yeah.
nice, actually.
Can we
That'd
get
be
that
pretty-
in the
pretty simple.
like the live game, please?
Yeah.
Like,
We're
I
not
hope we're
adding
going-
lime bots to the live game, Lime.
oh.
Lime just... Oh. The sadness.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Invention has a lot of room to grow, and especially since they're planning on tying it into most content this year,
Yeah.
we're gonna get a lot of stuff. Now, I cannot wait to see how they try to explain Vampire Invention when that quest is 5th age, but
Mm-hmm.
Magic.
Well,
And time travel.
yeah.
Dude, the vampires were
Lots.
ahead of us all along.
lots
Yeah.
of time travel.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
despite
we, like,
having
walk
like,
in there, we walk into the castle, and Van Escula's just leaning against an invention table, being like, "Oh, you guys don't have these yet? Whoops!" and like vanishes it.
Sucks for you.
It's
Yeah.
it's like they have all these ghettos, and then just at the capital, it's kind of just like a North Korea sort of thing. It's like, yeah, we have all this technology.
We have
What?
all of the
Get
tech.
us, like, bite me,
We've got
come
like
on.
Doc chained to the table, begging you to free him.
He's just sitting there like, my junk, no.
I'm sure Rowley's listening to this going like, God damn it, they figured out my plot.
She's just trying to
I gotta
make
go back to the drawing board.
she's trying to make the human perk and keeps accidentally making human bait instead. That was Draken's real problem, is she'd augmented the spear he was using with human bait, and that's how we killed him.
Got him.
Whoops. Wrong augments.
Whoops, Van
Wrong
Escula.
gizmo. Oh no.
Yeah.
Minus
like, when
30%
we
damage
walked
to
in on
humans.
Draken- When we walked in on Draken, he was furiously trying to augment it, and then he was like, "Well, shit," and forgot to check what he had.
Yeah. Honestly, that's how we're going to beat that quest. Is it we're gonna
Yeah.
make the weapon with like the worst perks ever, and then
We're gonna
replace
give it
with
to him.
Nesco's own weapon, and
Yeah,
like,
for taking.
it's gonna be
Yeah.
useless.
Make a
Like,
perk that doesn't let you use auto attacks, but also doesn't let you use abilities.
Wrecked.
Yeah.
There you go.
You're standing there going, "Work, you stupid thing!" Work.
You just like you see the characters smack the weapon a few times. It's like
Yeah.
whack, whack.
yeah.
Like hold a crossbow up to their eye and hit it a couple times.
Hey Nomad, I fixed your spear.
Yeah, here you go, man. Fair fight, man.
I'd love to see a Gizmo, like at some point, just a goofy quest name, just like called "Why Are You Hitting Yourself?" Like anytime you do damage, it just reflects back to you and kills you.
Oh my god, that would be a hilarious like Dom Tower joke.
Yeah.
God.
Detectives there.
Like,
There
why
should
are
be-
you hitting yourself?
they-
Why are you hitting
in a
yourself? Oh
rela-
shit, I'm dead.
Are there any future task sets coming out? Because if there is one, a great one would be to kill something with like the two absolute worst Gizmo perks in the game.
Like one, like it would have to be something like one that skulls you, and then one that just reflects damage to you.
Kill a dragon with the dragon bait perk. Kill
Yes.
a queen black dragon with the dragon bait perk.
Yes, that
And be
should be a
skulled
task.
and be underleveled.
Yes.
Uh-huh. And it has to be on a level 70 weapon.
Oh.
That
That hurts.
Now that
No,
now that's
not
painful.
Not any level 70 weapon, but the black salamander, so you can't use dragon bait.
Oh God.
I just want to see
Can
a
you
Gizmo
say
that like
wrecked?
it would have to be some really like funny stuff like for bats too. Of something that's like if you have this equipped, like it like reverses the effects of an anti-fire or something.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
It's a super fire potion.
all
Super fire, yeah.
all of this silliness aside, so this is a good time to actually talk a little bit about perks. So
Yes.
part of the problem that people have had with perks and Invention as a whole is that perks are pretty much useless. Like most of the perks, and I think Walter's compiled a list of good perks, and there's like 5 of them. And by good, I mean usable. They're not
Comparatively
actually
good.
good.
Yeah.
I think the best one in
Have a look
terms
at
of
this.
deeps is like plus 10%, no, plus 5% damage to Slayer targets in your last 10% of your Slayer task. It's just like,
The best one is that accuracy or damage one. Precise 5, I think is what it's called.
How do you get that?
You can actually guarantee precise 5 with 5 Armadillo components.
I don't have one Armadillo component, so
I mean, I'll get right on that. I'll start breaking
Mhm.
all of the Armadillo crossbows I don't have.
No, crossbows.
All
no.
the
I think you
Armadillo
mean
armor.
Armadillo shields, the really cheap ones.
Well, they're not going to
Yeah.
be cheap anymore.
Oh.
Formerly cheap ones.
We say
Yeah.
cheap.
Cheap.
Right now. Cheap
Air
to
quotes.
us right now.
No, cheap to
Yeah.
us a week ago.
That's okay, that's true.
But yeah,
That's true.
like somebody discovered that basically each god one turns into like a very specific perk if you
Yeah.
put 5 of them in.
Which
So
is
that one's pretty good.
we have there's also, but it's like so perks were pitched to us as basically kind of niche, super niche, niche buffs or
Yeah.
debuffs, I guess as it may be, but super niche buffs to a weapon that would specialize it in a specific direction. So it specializes it towards Slayer, or it specializes it towards killing bosses, or it specializes it for like armor to be tankier, or for armor to deal more damage, or something like that. So, but in the end, the perks themselves, they're so they just don't do enough. And I know that they've been talking about buffing the perks, and I'm sure new perks are going to be added in the future, but they just don't do enough right now, and that's the main problem that a lot of people have with them.
My biggest issue with them is actually not that a lot of them are weak, but that the good ones have a lot of downsides.
Mhm.
yeah.
Like, Absorbative is really cool, because it's 20% chance to reduce an attack by 5% per rank, but then it uses 30 seconds, or 30 ticks of your charge. That's really bad. That's expensive.
Yeah.
And then, like, the Bulwark one, that's great. Debilitate, gets a 6% extra duration, but it doesn't do any damage anymore. There's that one that reduces the adrenaline cost or something of ultimates, but then puts them on cooldown for 50% extra time.
Or the one that buffs your surge and escape and whatever the other one is.
Adrenaline cost on
but
it
gives them adrenaline cost, so it makes them you can't use
Useless.
them anymore.
Yeah. And then energizing, all those like short duration basics deal no damage, but generate 0.6 additional adrenaline per rank. Like, that's so useless.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
it's
got
like they're
8.6 adrenaline.
It's like,
dealing
yes,
no damage.
they're niche. They're too niche.
They're so niche that I'm never gonna find their niche.
Yeah.
So it means that they apply to one player in the entire game.
And then, like, what's funny is a lot
Mission
of the ones
accomplished.
that look like properly good have like accidental downsides on them. There's which one is it? Precise. Your minimum damage is capped to X% per rank of your maximum damage. For some reason, doesn't let some abilities crit.
Oh.
Well, that just sounds
Yeah,
like a bug.
Yeah, I mean it is, but at least I hope it is. But still.
Yeah. Sounds like it.
But yeah, I mean, it's so the perks that exist are too specialized or just don't do enough for the niche that they're supposed to be in. So what Walter's saying in the chat is that the perk that Fang just talked about, I think with the increased adrenaline gain for the super short duration abilities, is on Runic's good perk list because it's useful in raids and other places where you're just constantly you need more and more and more and more and more adrenaline.
That I can understand, but the lack of damage definitely hurts you in the long run.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, if you're gaining extra adrenaline, that's great, but you could have just done that with an aura instead.
Yeah, it's a great tanking perk, is what.
Yeah.
So
that
makes,
I can agree with.
That makes a lot of sense. Is that you're not really worried about damage. You're the person that's taking all of the hits.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
And then,
that
like,
everybody else
the
can
wise perk is hilariously, like, it's good, but it's completely useless because no matter what rank it's at, it's still capped at 50k XP a day.
Yeah.
Like, if rank 1 was 50k and 1%, rank 2 was 100k and 2%, that would make sense. But no,
What is the wise perk?
it's plus 1% XP up to 50k XP per day while we're holding it. Which is cool, but then rank 2 is plus 2% up to 50k XP.
Well, I mean, to be fair, if you have 1% and getting up to 50k XP, that you'd be getting 5 mil XP in a day, which is a very large amount.
Yeah.
That is extremely high. So, I mean, you can do it for some of the really fast skills, but you'd still need to spend hours upon hours to get to that point.
Yeah.
So
I find it so strange because it's an effect that I don't really see like you ever get long-term use out of it. Like, because there's the wisdom aura and it's got the same weird cap on it for no real reason.
Well, I mean, they can't have it uncapped.
Well, I mean, it lasts for 30 minutes. The aura does.
Well, right, yeah.
Yeah, but it's like I feel like 1% extra XP. Why do you even need to cap it? What use does that offer?
Yeah, but for the 3, 4, 5%, I can see why you would need to cap it.
I think it only goes up to 2.
Okay, well, if it only goes
I'm
up
not
to 2,
on
then
that,
I'm not
but
sure.
Let's find
I don't
out.
know. I'm sure there's a balance reason for it, though, and it seems like there is a good reason. It's just like 2% to hit 50k, you'd need 2.5 mil XP gained.
Oh, interesting. So, Wise is 1% XP per day up to 50k, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then there's another one called Enlightened that is just 1% extra XP per rank.
Oh, okay.
What?
Huh.
I guess enlightened is better than just being wise.
Well,
guess.
what does each of them require, material-wise? Because if enlightened requires something like seismics to be broken down, then
Enlightened requires spiritual parts, pious components, and Saren components.
Saren
Wise
components
requires
coming from
crystal items, that sort of thing.
okay.
Wise requires flexible, spiritual, ethereal, pious, and Saren components.
So wise costs more.
No, those are the potential things you can get it from. So you can get wise from more things.
Oh, the
but
cost is about the same.
they both require at least a Saren part in it.
Okay.
It's really strange.
Mhm.
Yeah, that is odd.
I hadn't even noticed that one before. But yeah, they've been intentionally taking on a lot of feedback about it, which is good.
Yeah.
I guess I'll Rowley asking on Twitter and
Yeah.
Stu.
I mean,
Oh,
it's
man.
Rowley and Stu that are the main
Yeah.
drivers of it right now. So, I have the utmost faith in those two to do what's right for
Same
the
here.
skill and for the game. Like, I'm not worried about
Totally
that
agree.
at all.
Yeah.
I just hope that QA doesn't decide to change it randomly.
I agree.
Yeah, this skill, it has highlighted what we think have been some ongoing issues at Jagex HQ, which is not to be criticizing Jagex, but the QA team hasn't. The QA team hasn't been in the best way.
We've been
Yeah.
dropping the ball.
I mean,
Yeah.
but again, we did bring up earlier that other major, like, kind of overhaul the way you play the game skills, being dungeoneering and summoning, all had all sorts of issues on day one. And so this one is no different. It's just it got exposed in a different, kind of more damaging way.
Yeah.
Especially with regards to the hand cannon issue that would give people... What was the XP gain? It was like 6 mil an hour? It was just unbelievable.
It was over 6 mil an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty ridiculous. It was basically how fast could you press the button.
Yeah.
And also, there's a limit to how much you can catch in QA, within the environment, like Jagex's environment.
Oh yeah, of course.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is that we shouldn't harp too much on QA or really any part, because QA, there's only so many people in QA, and when
Yeah.
you're testing these things, you're not thinking oftentimes, will this be abused? You're thinking, does this seem balanced? Does this seem reasonable? And oftentimes you may be under the guise of, this is how you're supposed to train the skill. Although I don't think that's the case in this one, because otherwise they wouldn't have ever nerfed, or not necessarily nerfed, but
They would have launched it that way.
made siphoning and disassembling so weak.
Weak.
Mhm.
On the other hand, I'm really jealous of whoever has the name QA in game, because man, they can have some fun with titles. Invention gave both the troublesome and the challenged.
Oh no.
Or Priptonos, rather.
QA the challenged. But yeah, so we've talked about the good and the bad and the ugly of Invention thus far, and we've talked briefly on the future, but we'll talk about it a little bit more now. So this month, in the BTS, they mentioned that we are getting hatchets and pickaxes. They're giving hatchets and pickaxes the ability to be augmented. Do we have any idea what tier that goes down to, or
It goes up
if
to Crystal and goes down probably to Dragon, I guess? I don't know.
and if they're in our tool belt, are we disassembling,
Yeah.
or are we going with siphoning?
That was the thing
yeah.
I'm really curious about, because most sane people have your crystal tools on your tool belt.
Yeah,
How
and
do you
also, like,
augment that?
it takes a dragon pickaxe for the yeah.
To
Walter
make
and I
a
were talking
crystal
about that.
pickaxe.
Also, just an extra little throwing, because I completely forgot what we were talking about, like the QA thing. Fix cannons, because holy crap, people are cannoning everything.
Oh, that reminds
And
me.
like, that's because it's a little bit. Well, also it's kind of more of a coding issue, I think, because it just checks if you have your weapon equipped, so you can just cannon stuff and it gives you free weapon XP.
I believe
Yeah, it's kind of hilarious.
from what I saw on Twitter this last week, And for anybody who doesn't follow some of the JMods on Twitter, for Invention news, follow Stu at JagXStu, Rowley at JagXRowley, and Moltaire, which is at Moltaire.
Awesome people.
Those three are the people to go to about Invention for the latest Invention news, really. But they mentioned at some point that that's not intentional, because you also had the same problem with people killing something with, like, taking an Ascension bow, unaugmented Ascension bow. You go and you kill something, down to the last hit, you switch to Salamander and to do the last hit with a Salamander, and you get all of the Invention level XP for Invention onto that Salamander instead of, like, proportionate to how much damage you've done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cue that picture of Crashers crashing each other at Dark Beast.
Oh, it's up. It's gonna be up.
Oh yeah.
For any of you listening to the audio, I recommend when the video goes up that you take a gander at the screenshot that's gonna be up.
Thank you, Reddit.
it is highly amusing.
Yeah. Yeah, just back to tools though. Like that's what Walter and I were kind of talking about. Like, everyone's gonna be wanting to siphon, so there's gonna have to be a little bit of a balance there, because destroying it, yes, it should give more XP because you're obviously destroying it and you're not gonna have it at that point. But it's kind of like you're gonna need a dragon pickaxe, and then you're gonna need But I don't know. With money, that's okay.
I'm pretty sure that they're gonna have some way of augmenting the thing that is on your tool belt. I sure
hope so.
They're gonna find some way of doing that, and that might be one of the reasons that it's actually slightly later, is because they needed more time to figure out exactly how to do that.
Yeah, because I think because we can already update the belt, the actual charge pack thing. So they'll probably find some way to put something on the tool belt.
Yeah,
that would be nice.
Yeah, and I mean, and if the thing that's the most important, or not most important, but most interesting about this, is that it's giving a less expensive way, because as of right now, you can only really do with combat, and augmented weapons are pretty much restricted to, like, reasonably priced ones, are Balmungs, which you can reclaim for 300k and are only really good against Dagonoths, the Royal Crossbow, which is, according to the thread, 800k to 1 mil. Handmade
but
crystal...
you have to bring it to QBD every time.
Yeah. Handmade crystal weapons, which are 1.2 mil-ish, and then everything else, which is a lot more. Salamanders are also an option, but...
Yeah, salamanders are amazing. I've personally been using a salamander for pretty much everything, but...
the problem is that the ammo is too high to justify buying salamanders.
Oh, no, you use so little ammo. I mean, they're 89 GP each, and I got them at 89 GP each.
That's surprising.
Yeah, and, I mean, I bought them day of Invention release.
Okay, well, how much are they now?
I don't know. I mean, GE value still says 89, so I imagine you can still get it for about that. And, my Salamander is rank 5 right now, and I've used under 100 Herolander Tar. And I just got a fucking Draconic Visage.
Well,
holy shit.
There you go. Congrats.
It's my first Visage, guys.
Yay!
That's one more Visage than I've ever gotten.
Now give me Last Riders.
No, more KBD heads for you.
I got, like, that was the thing. There's something on Twitter. I literally said, if I get a head or a pet before the drop, I'm going to be so mad, 'cause I had to go to KBD I just went for a task. And then, literally a minute later, and it's time-stamped a minute later, I got a head.
Wrecked.
I'm like, no!
Soul got 4 heads the other day? Oh, Visages. Oh, okay.
Visages.
Oh,
oh, man.
But yeah, I mean, the salamanders are a good option too. If that Herolander Tar does become more expensive, it could be problematic. But I guess for now it's pretty good. But yeah, and let's see, what else does Walter have in the thread? Other than complaining about some of this. Oh, we have to mention that the talking perk, hallucinating perk, what is it? What are the other two? Is it?
Another one is mysterious, but it's not actually really all that interesting.
No, I know that the talking perk is highly amusing.
Oh,
the hallucination perk is
Have
great.
you guys seen the Lensig one yet?
There's a Lensig one.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Dawn,
no.
Dawn and Lensig, as the same person can be imbued into your weapon, and it gives some additional lore because Stu apparently wrote that.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I can't
Watch it be the next Gall.
that would be hilarious.
Oh my
No,
god,
no,
put the
yeah.
Gall in the talking. If you get to augment a Tsar weapon, put the
God.
Gall in it.
Jeez.
God, yes.
Apparently, Haralander Tar is 550 each right now. So,
Wow. I
yeah.
should go sell mine.
So yeah, even if you're buying 100 for 50k, and that only gets you to level 5.
Actually, I just hit level 6, and I
Okay.
used two ammo in that time.
So you got to level 6. It's what, like triple the XP from 6 to 10 or something like that. So you're looking
I
at
will
500ish,
find out
which is
sometimes.
you're looking at the cost of a Balmung at that point.
give
So
or
it's
take.
still a lot
Depends on
cheaper
how much I
than
use.
like
Yeah,
one of the other ones, but you know.
Yeah. because I mean, salamanders. I have caught all the salamanders I have right now. I just walked into the wilderness with literally just a rope and a net on me.
And
set
before
up,
PK'd
caught a couple
anyway.
sallies and left. Yeah, so if a PKer came and killed me, I'd lose nothing because I'd only have 3 items on me.
Yeah, except that they'd still mock. Okay, sorry. Anyways,
Oh.
Noob, why no fight?
yeah. GG noob.
Yeah.
Anyways, but yeah. So I mean, there's in conclusion about Invention, because we do want to move on to talk about some spam. Cue Geena.
Hi.
Yeah, hi. We do basically Invention. There's a lot of room for growth of Invention. We've talked about a lot of the negatives, and I'm sure if you go on the RuneScape forums, I'm sure you can see every negative you could possibly imagine that somebody has complained about, and there's probably 50 posts that are flaming Jagex about why you know fix. But
Yep.
yeah,
Hang on, let me go check it now.
unfortunately,
Why you slap?
yeah. But
Why you slap?
so,
Let's-
but there's a lot of good that's still to come with Invention, and it's like withhold your judgment, guys. Like we know everybody likes to make snap judgments and be like, "This is the worst skill ever." Right now, it's tough to train, or I don't want to say it's tough to train. It's tedious to train, and the way it trains is kind of awkward. But just give it time, and if you can. If you can stomach not having your max cape for a few weeks, like, you'll be okay. You'll be okay without a max cape or a comp cape for now.
No, it won't be okay.
I mean, it took
Please.
summoning. It took them 2.5 months just to get batch 2 of summoning out, and that was still kind of okay. Took them another couple months just to put Bogrog out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that guy.
It took them until April of the next year to even let you renew familiars.
Oh jeez.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
glad I wasn't around for that.
Yeah.
I remember those days.
Yeah, summoning's
There's
one of my
there's
favorite
a
skills,
reason-
but I was not around at the beginning of that.
There's a
Summoning.
reason why I still don't train summoning ever.
So it took them a while to get summoning, right? Dungeoneering took a couple of months before the next good set of floors were added.
Yeah, and then
Um,
even then, it took.
Took divination.
Yeah.
Yeah, it took divination until caches came out to really be a little more decent.
Yeah, so just like
Right.
really, just give it time. And honestly, and what I do want to say is, how much does it really affect you as a player, as yourself? How much does it affect you that someone else got to 200 mil XP in 4 days,
Exactly.
6 days?
Mhm.
Exactly.
I honestly, like, be honest. How much does that really affect you? Does that really make it your least
Well-
favorite skill?
I mean, it'd be nice if I could use the GE.
Well, that's that is a thing. That is a different issue. But
Yeah, I'm just trying to be an ass, but
no, I know. But yeah, like honestly, just like think about it in that terms. Like it doesn't really affect you that much that someone else got that kind of thing, unless you're going for the first 99. In which case,
Yeah.
weren't you expecting to have to spend billions upon billions to do that anyway.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and expecting to bug abuse the hell out of the game, anything that popped up, like, yeah. But anyways, moving on. I'm sure we'll talk more about Invention at a later date, but...
So I was just looking at Div. It was over a year before Caches came out.
Yeah, well, Div was okay before that, like, honestly.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it wasn't bad.
It was slow, and people complained
slow.
about that, but
Yeah.
does every skill have to be 400k an hour? No.
Yeah, once the Familiars and Caches came out, Div was pretty much perfection.
Yeah. But anyways, moving on. We are going to talk about the BTS. So in February, we have the major update, which is Nomad's Elegy, which is the first of the 4 Sliske God.
Yeah, the 4 Sliske God quests that were announced last year at
Yes.
RuneFest.
Mhm.
They were announced at RuneFest, and what do we know about them?
Well, we know that one is
there's
Fate of the Gods 2.
Sliske's or Nomad's Elegy, Ballad of the Barrow Brothers, Fate of the Gods 2, and Sliske's Endgame.
Or spam.
And so this one, Nomad's Elegy is the first of the 4, obviously. It requires completion of Dishonor Among Thieves, The Mighty Fall, The Void Stares Back, Nomad's Requiem, Throne of Miscellanea, and Heart of Stone. If you take half a second to think about each of those quests, you'll notice that there's a major character that dies in every one of them.
With the exception of Throne of Miscellanea.
No.
But Blood Runs Deep is a recommended quest.
Well, Throne
Yeah.
of Miscellanea still has someone that dies.
Oh, that's true.
Who died again? I forget.
You're
Yeah.
the prince or princess or
No,
something.
No, that was Blood Runs Deep.
That's
Oh, was
Blood
that
Run Deep,
Blood Run
but
Deep?
it's a
That's
recommended quest. Yeah.
Oh,
But, like,
It's intentionally recommended.
Throne of Miscellanea, that forces you to go and get engaged
Get
to one of the
married.
princes or
Yeah.
princesses.
oh, maybe
That's
that's
when you
it.
meet them initially.
Right.
I
But
don't know
yeah,
if
the
that
world,
counts any
the
as
world
a
wakes,
major
the world wakes, and Blood Runs Deep are recommended quests for this quest.
The world wakes, obviously, because the Gothics died.
yeah,
Yeah, of course.
yeah. Spoiler alert. No, but yeah.
I look forward to Gothics helping us in the underworld.
Yeah,
If
great.
that
Get the
happens,
hardcore lore failing.
now we could, yeah. But yeah, so obviously the Mighty Fall has you have Zanuck. Void Stares Back has either Karazi or Jessica, as well as was it Greyzag?
Mhm.
Uh,
No,
Yep,
Greyzag didn't necessarily die.
2 out of 3 options.
Yeah, that's up to your choice on that one.
okay. Well, I mean,
I think-
so is Jessica versus Karazi. So is Zanuck in
Yeah.
the Mighty Fall.
Yeah.
Heart of
It'll be-
Stone, you have
it's true.
Xenia, and
It'll be
The
interesting
German
because
story.
I think I sentenced Greyzag to different things both the first and second time that I did that quest on this account. So I don't know which one we're gonna do here.
probably
Did
the
you
later
swap
one.
Karasi and Jessica as well?
No, Jessica lived in my playthrough.
Okay.
I was actually hoping I'd be able to get some invention from her, but I guess not.
Nope, rip. But yes, and then obviously Nomad, we quote unquote killed Nomad, except obviously we didn't.
Yep. I
But
like
yeah,
how
you-
we still don't
Before he was
correct the raptor whenever he tells us he was impressed. I heard you killed
Yeah.
Nomad.
Totally.
Well, actually, I'm impressed. Oh, never mind.
that's when you just shut up and you just say thanks. But yeah, you need
Thanks,
75
buddy.
woodcutting, mining, and construction. You're going to find yourselves in the underworld leading an army of the undead. You'll be joined by old quote-unquote friends such as Xenia and Zanuck, which is
boy.
They're
which
updating
we're
Xanax model at least.
unclear if they're always dead, or if
Xenia,
Zanuck is always
yes.
dead. Death and Eclairin will also make an appearance.
Yay.
Q King Itchy.
Oh hell.
Praise be.
Yes.
Yep. And they've also made it pretty clear that this is going to be one of the toughest boss fights that we've had. It is developed by Raven and Wilson.
Ooh, they should have just brought Chris L back just for
Oh, wait,
an
wait.
encore.
Wait, so
Hey,
you're telling me that this quest is going to turn into a Dragon Pin and Aviancy quest halfway through?
Oh man.
So which rite of passage is this one?
Oh,
So much
jeez.
rite of passage.
We see Armadill's soul halfway through like the underworld, and we're like, wait, what?
Wait, what?
And he just goes, yep.
I can imagine, like, if Raven at least has any kind of say in the boss fight, there's gonna be a one-hit mechanic that's just silly.
It's
really.
like the most blatantly obvious thing, and it gives you like 10 seconds to get away from it, but still Walter's going to find some way to die because of lag.
No. The mechanic's gonna be if you're carrying a cabbage anywhere in any inventory, like
Armadillo
you
says,
got-
I am
shot.
also
then
Sliske.
you get one shot.
I'm kind of
Shot.
hoping that I'm hoping he hides another Raven in this quest, like he did with the Light Within.
That reminds me, I keep forgetting to find the ravens in Prif.
Oh yeah, I'm at like 8 of 13 for those.
Rip!
I
Anyways,
finished that like a year ago.
anyways, but yeah, for with regards to rewards, we're getting new devices. One can increase
No, not new devices. Pretty sexy new devices.
pretty sexy new devices.
Yeah,
One
the
one
rewards
are all
device
gonna be
pretty
increases.
sexy too, says the BTS.
They're all gonna be Anya.
Right, my mistake. Oh god.
It's just Anya.
Oh no.
Do you have sweat for me? I'm senpai.
To make Lime happy.
Yeah.
I
Sweat on my petals, Lime.
That just made me think of Beneath Cursed Tides, and I really, really did not want to think about that quest again. God damn it,
No,
kitten.
I'm having flashbacks.
Damn it,
Reading
kitten.
books underwater.
Anyways, back on
Somebody pointed
topic.
out to me recently that when you float down through the hole in the roof at the start of that quest, there's a hole in the roof and there's no second floor, but then when you leave, there's a second floor in the building again.
Got him.
Anyway,
Damn
back on topic.
Got him. But yeah, one of the devices can earn the XP you can increase the XP you earn for teleporting runes. Earns. God damn it. Earns.
Increase
They're
the XP
spelled
you
the
earn
they're
for
spelled the
teleporting.
same except in a
Earns.
different order. I swear I'm not dyslexic. These are the second type of earn device in Invention, since accumulators are pretty much just reverse earns. Obviously it's also one of the first of the 4 quests that will bring about the end of Sliske's countdown, and will accompany a giant sword being stabbed into the middle of the Varrock Grand Exchange. It will act as a scoreboard tracking the antics, so we'll officially be able to see if what all has happened. He's also gotten our attention by spreading Sliskelian pieces around the game world that will be earned during training, which you can cash in for XP.
I'm not really
Or
sure
you
how I
can
feel
hoard
about
in your
it.
bank if you're
Pick up
Geena.
my bag and sit next to the other pile of stuff that I have.
I'm not
All of the
entirely-
Barrows brothers.
The worst part about the sword, though, is most players aren't going to be aware it's there.
Yeah.
To be honest, unless you shove one in Prif, no one's gonna know
No
what it
one's
is.
gonna have any
Exactly.
idea.
I could see that ending very badly.
Yeah.
It's
You
gonna,
just
be like,
stab
wait,
one in the middle of Prif.
How long has this been here?
it's gonna end up on Reddit like a week after. it
And
gets
Saren's like, what are you
Yeah,
doing,
Today,
Sliske?
today I learned the fountain in the middle of the Grand Exchange was removed and replaced with a weird-looking sword thing. Wonder
The
what this
funny
is
thing
for.
too, like even if it was in Prif, all the elves would be like, "Yeah, that's just there." It's the same thing like with pickpocketing. You know, people just do it. Like,
Yeah.
it's just whatever.
It's just a way of life, man.
We don't care anymore. We
gotta
just
go
love
with the
our
flow.
crystals.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just love our crystals. Come on,
It's
as
like
long as it doesn't break the crystals.
it's like tree hugging.
I gotta say though, the design of it is really cool though. I mean, it's literally the Edict sword with Sliske's face on it.
Lol, take this, Guthix.
Hey.
And a cruel parody of the Edicts of Guthix.
I mean, would you expect
Dun, dun,
anything
dun.
less?
No.
Yeah, really.
I find
Now,
it less
my,
cool and more
my
snarky.
biggest question though is, how the hell are they gonna remove it at the end of the event? Like, does somebody just come along? There's gonna be like a bunch of construction workers around it, like chiseling away.
No,
at it,
one of the
pulling it
gods,
apart?
Zeros, is gonna come and just take it out and just stab an elder god with
yeah,
it.
yeah.
He's gonna stab Slisky
I mean,
with it. Whoever
duh.
kills Slisky will stab him with it.
Guys, you're wrong. I've already come to an arrangement with Jagex. I'm going to come along and I'm going to disassemble it, and it's going to give me a couple of components.
It's gonna give you exactly 2
It
components.
gives you like 1,000 simple parts.
How'd you know?
Oh,
Like a rare chance of getting Slisky parts, and all you get is like 15 junk.
I'm sure whoever's actually planning on the final bit of this is like, damn it! They figured out my plan again!
Morning again. It wasn't for them and those meddling Seercasters.
Oh my god. But, yeah. So that's happening. Nomad's Elegy, we don't have a release date for it yet. There's wild speculation that it's in a week and a half, but...
Yeah, but we're gonna have a Seercast. No, not a Seercast. We're gonna have a Citrus. Blah, 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 blah.
We're
A
gonna have
Citrus
both.
edition coming out. Yeah, and a Seercast.
Yeah,
Because there's gonna
Seercast the
be-
following week.
There's gonna be lore implications, and I'm going to start like screaming in the middle of it, and
Except
It's
when
only-
Zeros shows up randomly and isn't supposed to be there, then you're just gonna get angry.
yeah, then I'm just gonna get mad. Don't worry, I'll bring the measure along so I can just stab him. Right
Also,
through the heart.
on
Right,
this
yeah.
note, go check out. It's a little bit outdated because the skill is not anything like it was when
when we did
when
it,
you did the first look.
Yes.
But go to the Seercast, either the Seercast YouTube, like officially Seercast YouTube. Go look it up, and or to the Seercast blog, which is seercast.wordpress.com, and you can find a link to the first look of it at Invention. That was
it's our first look.
Yeah, it was the first look, and that was with Lime, Orange, Walter,
Kitten and
Thorlah, and Kitten.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
I
And
was there quietly.
it is riotously funny. So go watch that in
I
your
was
spare
confused
time
by the
while
end of it.
killing
Whoever felt
things for
weren't
Invention.
having enough
Oh, yeah.
laughter in life. This will help.
Yes,
Yeah.
but yeah, and at the same time, go follow us on Twitter at Seercast, etc. But
You know, you
yeah, so
want
there's
to.
that stuff. There's also the Zodiac event, which is basically the return of what was it? The
Death Lotus.
the
mission,
Death
I
Lotus
think.
event that happened last time that I raged
this time-
so hard at because I was on my last task and my power went out.
Oh.
The last day of the event, last task,
Oh, that's right.
power went out. And it didn't come back on until after the reset, so I lost. So I didn't get the 4th prestige. Oh well. But yeah, it's an event with a checklist of time-sensitive tasks that can be done for rewards, including a Dragon Zodiac costume.
It should be fun.
Which is
Yeah.
I'm kind of skeptical of because it would require players to work together in order to use, and we all know that's not the best thing.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, players are
It's
bad at
also
working
further-
together.
It's also further strange because it's the year of the monkey this year.
That's not important.
Ook. You,
Where's
lots of ook.
Where's Shiraki?
Yeah, really.
Walter likes this kind of
Awalterskong's
event
year.
because it gives you something to go for that isn't pointless, endless grinding of a random skill, aka invention.
Instead, it's the pointless random grinding of a number of random locations instead.
Yes.
Yes.
But anyway, so that's happening. As we mentioned briefly earlier on, Bonus XP Weekend is later this month. More importantly, Games Blast is coming back. So there's going to be they're doing the 24-hour live stream again. It sounds
Yeah, I
like
think
it.
so.
They are.
So they're doing the 24-hour live stream that's going
Lime stream.
live stream.
stream.
God damn.
Live stream.
24-hour live stream that is donating monies to charity. This charity is for special effect once again, so be sure to check that out. There's also a host of ninja changes that look very interesting. They usually don't publicize these in the BTS, but this time they certainly did. One minor one is that God books are going to become pocket slot items and able to use book barrage.
Yes. Finally.
Wait,
Yes.
Not actually use Book Barrage, but
No.
you can use Zilly's spec. I'm looking forward to hitting 5.4Ks through prayer like Krill's spec.
Yeah, you have the God books consume pages to charge them up, and then fully charged books will be able to unleash a special attack themed around that God's Lieutenant. So
What's not
but
clear-
it's basically book
What's not
barrage.
clear is if it uses pages as charges to use the attack, so
Yeah.
you can just use them once it's charged.
There's also a whole host of Ninja free-to-play changes where they're letting you sell members' items, so it makes it easier to buy bonds, and also makes the stuff you get off of Treasure Hunter useful half the time.
Oh, finally.
They're giving free-to-play the KBD and the Mole And while members are
hand in
like,
hand with the-
KBD and the mole, these are actually really difficult because
Yeah.
free-to-play doesn't have anti-fire potions and only has the anti-dragon shield, which is terrible.
And Mole
Yeah.
literally hits like a truck.
And they only have gravite weapons. Their maximum level is gravite. It's tier 55. So
Oh yeah.
So
in
Actually,
before
And they don't have offhand gravite.
well, they're getting
Either.
dual wielding as well.
Yeah, but I don't know if they're gonna actually do anything beyond that.
Yeah, but free to play is also getting some additional combat abilities to help the rotation. Still probably won't have access to regen, and they're finally getting dual wielding as well. So these are like major changes to free to play that
Yeah.
Yep.
most of us who've been members for years won't really see
Care.
much of. But
Yeah.
it is a major shift for them.
I would have.
You know what's been cracking me up on the forums though? People on the forums were saying, why would they give them the mole and the KBD? They're just going to get a bunch of items they can't use. And then literally the line before that in the BTS says they can sell those items.
Yeah,
Yeah.
go Ernj.
Learn to
Yeah.
read for us?
I would have hoped that fledging would have also been included in this, like to make completely free
Yeah.
to play, just because of how like unbalanced it is that it's not.
Mhm.
But I can understand
totally
that that's
agree.
probably like a whole ninja update in and of itself, not
Yeah.
just a part of a pack. So
Gosh, we're going to lose so much money letting them have fletching.
Oh, jeez. I mean, if there's one free to play or member skill that I could see easily moving over to free to play without much consequence, it would be fletching.
yeah,
yeah.
Fletching would be
I don't know. I think Herblore would make its way over very easily without farming.
yeah.
Oh,
About that.
Jesus Christ, yeah.
I mean, obviously other than something like Slayer, but
Yeah.
because that's basically all free to play kind of turns into is killing the things. But yeah,
You go up to your Slayer Master, I'd like you to kill 89 cockroaches. Kill the cockroaches. Alright, now go kill 150 rats. You come back.
go kill
Go
100
kill
Ice
150
Warriors.
Rats.
yeah.
Go
That
kill
was my
150
life.
rats.
That was
Go
my
kill
Hang
five
on,
favorite
rats.
life.
man.
Go kill
Not
5 rats.
Danica. The dude pulls off his mask to reveal he's that dude from the April Fool's event.
Oh,
Go kill 5 rats.
Kill
5
10 rats.
yay!
Kill 10 more rats. You are a monster.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, that's great.
Corpses of the rats haunt my dreams.
That April Fool's event that got a solid 5 of 7.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Yes.
But yeah.
Oh man.
Anyways, so yeah, I think that brings us to the end of this episode of the Seercast. I hope you enjoyed our not ridiculously negative look at Invention. There's obviously things that need to be fixed, and a lot of them will just simply be fixed with more content. And we know that more content is in the pipe, so please be patient, people. And while, especially because I know that that's not a particularly popular viewpoint on it, it's much more popular to go with the mob mentality of Invention is terrible, and wave your arms and flail madly and get pitchforks and like, come on, guys. But yeah, so I hope that you have enjoyed our discussion about Invention and stuff about the BTS. Please follow us on Twitter at Seercast. Follow the Seercast blog, seercast.wordpress.com. That is where the videos, the Citrus Edition videos and stuff are going up there. And
All this typing. What is going
who's
on?
typing? Stop typing.
That's Fang's new novel is coming out.
And it is the follow-up to Munch, Munch, Munch.
Yeah.
But anyways, so we'll be back in probably a couple weeks. It depends on when they release Nomad's Elegy, but as soon as that quest is out, the following weekend we'll be doing another Seercast, so check that out. Also check out the Citrus Edition stuff that's coming, and is there anything else
whatever else stuff that I decide to do in the free time that I have.
Yeah, I think there might be a bossing trip planned that may get recorded and posted up or something. I'm not sure.
Yes, something like that. And I would say I promise that the Darkscape video is coming up at some point, but I'm not going to promise that. It might come up, it might not. I'm
Soon,
not sure.
trademark.
Oh, that counts.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed listening, watching, whatever, and we'll see you guys next time.